Hey! Is the noon train on time?
Supposed to be.
Feels like it's time.
Yeah.
BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. We got a couple of things to talk about today. First thing we're going to be discussing is Slim 400, his killer. The person who actually pulled the trigger on Slim 400. We're going to talk about him for a minute. He has been sentenced. He's been sentenced to, I believe, 32 years in prison. I think he was 35 years old. As of being sentenced, I believe. He has a co-defendant who is a woman. She has not been sentenced yet. She's supposed to be getting sentenced next year. So we're going to see how that works out. Also, I want to discuss the situation going on with Joe Biden. All of a sudden now he has c-19. Who else? Does anyone believe this? I personally don't. And I want to talk about the shooting at Church's Chicken. For everybody that don't know, there was a shooting at Church's Chicken. And I think this absolute insanity wrapped around this whole conversation. And that's what I want to talk to y'all about. I think there's absolute insanity. Is it simple on it? Yeah. Wrapped around this particular situation. Just so we can be clear. Hold on, give me 1 second. There you go. This absolute insanity. The Church's Chicken situation is a good example of why you have to stop voting Democrat. Like you really do. I'm not saying forever, just so we can be clear. I'm not like, yo, man, these guys they should never be voting as any Democrats from now to the ends of times. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that shit. We back. Okay, I was going to share something onto the screen. It's not letting me do it. What I am saying is this, and I want to be clear. We don't want the police and the government running roughshod over us. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to live in a society where the government can just come and do whatever they want to us with not being held accountable or responsible. That's literally why there's a Second Amendment, just so we can be clear. That's why there's a First Amendment and a Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is there to back up the First Amendment because, once you start saying we don't like what y'all doing, the government comes after you. And if what's happening to Donald Trump inside of our judicial system isn't proof of that, I don't know what to tell you. And I just want to add something to that real quick, and then we're going to get right back to the Slim situation. The Democrats have been using lawfare, that's basically using the judicial system to attack their enemies, for a very long time. Why do you think people like Diddy exist? That's a whole nother conversation. With that being said, let's talk about the Slim 400 thing. I was trying to bring a screen up for y'all to see. Give me a second real quick. I want to see. It didn't work a minute ago. It looked like they was going to kick us out of the chat. Give me a second. I'm gonna see if it works right now. It could have just been bullshit. Bullshit. All right, so this is Slim 400 for everybody that don't know. That's Slim 400. So let's have this conversation real quick. So for everybody that don't know, Slim 400, and if I'm getting any of this wrong, or I'm incorrect about any of this, please put it into the chat. But Slim 400 was a rapper. I believe he's from the West Coast. He's from the maybe Compton. What the hell do I know? He's from the West Coast. So for everybody that get a little bit more understanding of who he is, he was beefing like with Tekashi for a minute. He's the rapper that actually went and got like 6ix9ine tatted on him or something like that. Then he went and had to take it off. I don't know the dude, obviously. And I gotta say that all the time when I'm about to say things that kind of lends to my perspective of who they are. But he seemed to me like a street dude who maybe didn't have the most secure foundation. A lot of us don't have secure foundations, whether we're street dudes or regular niggas or whatever the case is. A lot of people don't have secure foundations. So what happened is they always looking and trying to find somewhere where they can have some safety, some security, where they can feel comfortable. That's what it looked to me with Slim. And that's also why a lot of the streets call a lot of these kids out there, because when kids, especially when they're going through adolescence, they don't have a sense of sometimes a belonging, because there's a period of time when a child gets probably 12, 13, 14, and they're going through the maturation process, that they don't feel welcome anywhere. They don't feel, I'm not gonna say welcome, but they don't feel like they fit in. And often that's the period of time that the streets grab the children. So I'm saying all of that to say this. Every single thing that it tells me about this dude is, if he had the opportunity to do the right thing, he would. And that's all you can ask from somebody, especially in this day and age that we live in, that when somebody has the opportunity to do the right thing, that they do. That's the most that you could really ask for anybody nowadays, So I say all that to say this. He was arguing with a woman, and she is the one that's going to be sentenced next year. They said, I don't know why the sentencing is so far apart. And after having whatever the conversation with this woman is, dude walks up to Slim. They get into an argument. Slim gets out the vehicle. He shoots him before he gets all the way out the vehicle. Slim's dead. That individual just got sentenced to 32 years in prison. And I want to see more of this type of behavior from the judicial system. I don't want them letting people out, and I don't care what anybody thinks about this. I don't want them letting people out that is actively murdering people with no real reasonable reason. These dudes can't get 15 years. I'm tired of seeing a killer get 15 years. When you kill a black person, you could get 15 years. You kill a white person, you get 50. I want to know why people not complaining about that. I'm tired of seeing it. We lived in a America where somebody that was a drug dealer could go to jail longer than somebody that killed 2 or 3 people. Explain that to me. Just explanation. I mean, I have a theory. It's because the drug dealer's out there trying to make money, and the killer's just, doing the will of the government. A while back, Trump said that they're bringing in the illegals to take black people jobs. That's what they're doing. They don't want us here. And when I say they, I don't mean all white people. I'm saying that there is a part of our government, whether they're white people, black people, whoever, there is a part of our government that does not want black people around in America anymore. Or if they can't get rid of us, they want us to be at the smallest percentage possible. We're indigenous to America. We didn't come here on no freaking boats. We wasn't shipped from Africa. Okay? All of these, why all of the places that they saying was shipped from Africa is all over here on this side of the world? Why wasn't any slaves shipped to Japan? Why wasn't any slaves shipped to England? Why wasn't any slaves shipped to Poland? Why wasn't any slaves shipped to China? It's because the slaves weren't shipped from Africa. They were shipped from the Americas. These dudes had a hard time circumnavigating the globe. The Moors had to teach them. But that's a whole nother conversation, and we're not here to talk about that. We're actually here to talk about Slim 400 for a second, and we're going to move on to the Biden CT19. Then we're going to talk about the church's chicken. I might talk about the church's chicken situation before the Biden situation, because that kind of coincides with what I'm talking about right now. For the people that don't get it, I'm saying we have to stop thinking that when a black person kills another black person, that it's okay. Yeah, the family's heartbroken of the person that got lost. But then when that individual goes and gets 30, 40 years, people in an uproar. We just had a trial regarding Alpo, where the individual was found not guilty, right? So he's not guilty. But the government put so many eggs in that basket that they now can't charge anybody else. I'm going to say that again for the people that don't get it. The government put so many eggs in the basket when they were trying to convict the individual that they had on trial, Shaquem Parker, that now they can't actually go after anybody else. There's nobody else for them to go after. They put too many eggs in that basket. So that means that basically whoever killed Alpo, they got away with it. They're going to need to have somebody come out. They're going to need to find gun, evidence, fingerprints, DNA, everything. And they still might not get a conviction. Now, just so we could be clear, I'm not crying over that situation. This isn't one of those situations where I'm like, the government fucked up, they got to fix it. I'm not doing none of that. Alpo was a street nigga. He got a pass to get out of the streets, and he came right back. He wasn't going to go no other way but that way. Dying in the streets. I'm not talking negative about him, and I'm not talking shit about him. There's a movie called Ghost Dog. I don't know who's seen Ghost Dog, but there's a movie called Ghost Dog. And I found something really interesting. So there's a part of the movie. I'm going to talk about two parts real quick. So there's a part of the movie where, spoiler alert, where Ghost Dog goes up to the individual who is a mafia guy, an individual who's a mafia guy. He goes to get ready to kill him. And he literally gives the guy time to fix his clothes. The mafia guy says, basically, he doesn't give him the head nod, but basically, okay, I'm ready. And Ghost Dog kills him. Maybe the very next scene after that, two of the mafia dudes survive. One is trying to drive, the other is a chick in the backseat too. Two of the mafia dudes survive. One is trying to drive the other one to the hospital because he's So one of them is driving the other one to the hospital. And I want to be clear about this. The dude that's dying says, there's only one good thing about Ghost Dog, this whole situation, basically. He said, because we're going out like we're supposed to go out. Gangsters. The dude then passed away like a couple of minutes later. But the point is, some people are just living a certain lifestyle and they might not want to go out to a farm and live their last days in a lap of luxury like this. They might not want to. They might prefer to go out, when it's time for them to go out in a blaze of glory. They might not want to die right now. Don't get this confused, but they might want to go out in a blaze of glory. Our internet is working perfect this morning, so I'm going to put up the jump off just in case somebody want to come in here with us. What the fuck? I don't usually put this up because I don't think the internet is working well enough. Once again, I prefer to shoot from the crib. I usually just go outside because we got to do outside content a little. But I prefer to shoot from the crib. From the crib, I get to use the computer. I get to put graphics up on the screen. I get to do commercials. So I prefer to shoot from the crib. Shooting from the crib is the actual win. We just go outside because we go outside. Don't worry. We will be doing more shows outside. Why wouldn't I? Like, that don't make no sense. In any regard, from the parking lot specifically, because that's like the only place out here that I actually like to shoot from, to be honest with you. All the other places, people try to put themselves in our business too much. Like, I just be shooting and people be all the way over there across the street. They be like, why are you filming me? Nigga, I didn't even know you was there till you start yelling. People got mental health problems, man. In any regard. So Slim 400, his killer has been sentenced to 32 years, I believe, in prison. So dude doesn't even have a chance to get out no time soon. He's done. It's a wrap for him. And the young lady, she's going to be sentenced next year. And I can't stress this enough. There's probably more people in prison for killing people over nothing than there is for people actually just committing a crime, trying to, do something worth doing. And they just got caught up. I was talking to somebody a while back in the block, and it was wild because this person had did quite some time in jail. And the dude, it was literally on our live too. And the dude looked over at me. He ain't get on the camera though. And he said, some niggas need to be in jail. He said part of the problem is they're letting the wrong dudes out. They're letting the dudes out of jail that's in jail being absolutely terrorizing everybody. Before they went to jail, they was on the streets terrorizing everybody. And after they get out of jail, they're going to come back outside and terrorize everybody. So stop voting Democrat. Maybe not forever. I'm not saying forever. What up, Incognito? Haven't seen you in a minute. How you doing, my brother? I think you was in here the other day, though. But I mean, like, generally speaking. So we got to stop doing that. We got to let these dudes that they want our streets to be the wild, wild west, let them stay in prison. Stop advocating for them. Stop trying to figure out how you can get people out of jail that don't want to live like us in a civilized society. Stop advocating for them. Y'all wasting all of y'all time and energy advocating for people who will kill you over nothing. They'll kill you because they can't control you. They'll kill you because they're emotional that day. That day they're just emotional. So they'll just kill you. And then later on go tell other people about how y'all were really friends. These niggas out here got mental health problems, man. I'm gonna look at the we got 19 votes so far. It says, do you believe Biden has C-19? We have 19 comments. Oh, I saw that, Incognito. That was you. I'm gonna do a video on that today. So do you believe Biden has C-19? 35% said yes, 55% said no, 10% said they just want to see the results. 20 people voted. Please vote. I'll touch on that right now. Hold on. I'll touch on that right now since you brought up a good topic that also coincides with what we're talking about. I'll touch on that right now. What was her name? Do you have her name? What was her name? Tan something? It was Tan something or other, right? Hold on. It was Tan something or other. Hold on. We're gonna go get an image of her so everybody can see who we talking about. Right? All right. So hold on. Tan to God. There you go. Hold on. So I got the screen up. We're gonna look what this say real quick. Friends say Oakland rapper who was shot and killed was targeted. Friends believe in East Bay rapper killed by gun violence in Oakland over the weekend was targeted. She's known as Tan the God on Oakland, an Oakland rapper with more than 20,000 followers on Instagram. Her friends who wanted to remain anonymous said the young entrepreneur had a bright future ahead of her and she was focused on her music. She was shot dead in broad daylight. Everybody ducked and hid behind cars, said a witness, Sue Cho, who worked at the Korean barbecue restaurant nearby. It was supposed to be a celebration. Glamour Beauty Supply on Telegraph Avenue was hosting a grand opening on Saturday. This historic beauty shop closed back in May, but it was under new ownership. Friends identified the woman killed as Alana Green. I think it's Alana. Alana Green, known as the rapper Tan the God, the new owner of the shop who declined an interview, said he invited the well. Oh shit. So this wasn't her, this whole entire time I thought this was her shop. This is the first I'm hearing about this. So the new owner of the shop who declined an interview said he invited the well-known local musician to the event because she was a supporter of Black-owned businesses. She was promoting a grand opening and having a meet and greet with fans, witnesses said, and it began with a verbal altercation. She was performing there, and this guy with a hood just walked in through the gate and started shooting. Another worker at next door donut shop, Vincent, said, I hear some shots and thought the shots was part of the music, the performance. Then I heard 3 really loud shots. Vincent said people came into the shop for cover from gunfire. Police are tight-lipped on what led to the shooting, but friends of the rapper told KTVU they think she was targeted, and witnesses agree she was targeted her only because I saw it. He was targeting her only because I saw it, said Cho. He wasn't shooting at everybody. He was just shooting at her. I think the rapper was screaming, I'm hit. And she was trying to lay on the ground till the medics came. Green was taken to the hospital where she was declared dead. police said a second person was also shot but survived. So real quick, for anybody that don't understand this situation or why I was asked to cover this in the first place. So basically, this young lady, she allegedly killed her man. I don't know if it was her baby daddy or who the dude was supposed to be, but she allegedly killed him, right? I'm just gonna say someone. So I'm not sure who the person was. They're just talking about how she was killed. So allegedly, she's been going on social media. You see this? It's a video right here. I'm not gonna bring it up, but this is a video right here. She's been going on social media. She shot and killed her. She killed her ex. She was trying to say it was self-defense. I believe she beat the charges or some shit like that, or she didn't get whatever the hell happened. She's free, and she was on social media like crazy, bragging about the situation, telling everybody about the situation and bragging. I'm going to say that again for the people that don't get it. She was on social media doing interviews, bragging about killing dude. Either about killing them or getting them killed, one of the two. She goes and does a meet and greet at a grand opening. And as you just heard the person say, somebody just walked in and gunned her down. Incognito says she was bragging about killing him in interviews and songs, even put his picture as a mixtape cover smoking on his pack. I want to say something real quick. So I'm at the park the other day, and the kids come in, and you generally have music. I don't play hardcore rap music of any kind. I try not to, right? Because there's kids and everything there, and a lot of that music got cursing in it, and a lot of that music, to me, it just sounds like noise. I'm going to say something real quick. 90%, 98% of drill music just sounds like noise to me. It all sounds the same. It sounds like noise, and it's fucking nonsense. It's all the same. It sounds like noise, and it's fucking nonsense. And I'm going to say this. Not all drill music, obviously, but the majority of the drill music I hear just sounds like nonsense. And it actually kills me that these kids listen to it and then repeat the lyrics like they actually going out there to go do a drill. You ain't doing no drill, fam. You shouldn't be. So this music that they have promoted in our neighborhoods is just toxic. It's toxic. Stop introducing your kids to it. And I'm just going to be honest with you. I think that you should try to promote other music for your kids to listen to. Because if you say just don't listen to it, they're not going to listen. But you got to promote other music. You got to have other music. You got to try to grab that child's soul. You have to have other music around, positive music, or at least music that's not self-deprecating, that's not about killing our own. You can't come up to me. And sometimes niggas brag about, yo, they killed somebody, or they brag about some kind of crime. And I get it. Some people think you dope because you've done that. I don't. I'm not going to look at you like you a celebrity because you did a crime. I'm not going to look at you like you a celebrity because you killed your brother. I'm not going to look at you like you a celebrity because you're ready to go kill another one of your brothers. I'm not going to look at you like you a celebrity or you somebody worth appreciating just because you're ready to go and do violence for no reason. I think all of y'all that's ready to go do violence for no reason should be in an asylum, not a prison, an asylum. I think they should just start getting y'all niggas off the street. Every last one of you. I think laws need to be changed. I think these individuals that's just out here doing a lot of these senseless murders, I don't want them to go to prison. I want them to go to an asylum. Batman has it right. You're going to go send somebody to a prison that has a mental health disorder for 10 years or 15 years or whatever, because, you know, when you kill a black person, you don't need to go forever a lot of the times in America. So you're going to go send a person with a mental disorder to prison and then let them right back out onto the street. What in the world is going to make you think that whatever their condition isn't going to get worse? Whatever condition that they're suffering from isn't going to get worse after having to live in a prison for the last 15 years. So no, I want individuals that have obvious mental health problems. I want them sent to an asylum. I want them to do the entire 15 years in the asylum. And then after their 15 years is up, then they keep getting reevaluated on, can this person be let back out into public? That's what I want. I think that makes more sense. I think that there's just certain crimes that people are committing that is proof they shouldn't be on the street. I think that if you grape somebody, you should just be done away with. I don't think we should be dealing with you. I think that if there's 100% proof that you've done it, because people lie. But if there's proof, video, if there's proof, you just admitting, if there's proof, you know, credible witnesses, I think that you should just be put down. And I think that anybody that lies about that should go to jail. I think going to prison should be for the people who lie about getting raped. I think the people who actually gets raped should be put down. And if you say somebody raped you and they end up getting put down and they didn't do it, I think you should be put down. That's just my opinion. I think we have to stop trying to save people that don't want to be saved. That's my point. That's my point. That's the only point I'm really trying to make, just so we could be clear. Got a lot of idiots out here, fam. We can't save the children if we're also trying to save all of the people that's trying to corrupt the children. You have to choose one or the other. You have to save the children, or you have to save the people trying to corrupt the children. You have to have one or the other. That's it. One or the other. You can't have both. You can't get it both ways. They taught us that we have to hate the police, and they got a million different reasons why we should hate the police. And at the same time, they're telling us that we should embrace all the people tearing our neighborhoods down. Why do the Democrats do that? That's what's doing that, by the way. Why do the Democrats do that? Are there bad police officers? Absolutely. There's bad teachers too. There's bad customer service people too. There's bad electricians too. There's bad plumbers too. There's bad chefs also. Just saying. All right, let's move on. Do y'all want to talk about Biden C-19? Since Incognito, you're the only one commenting at this time. You want to talk about the Biden C-19, or do you want to talk about the shooting at Church's Chicken? That's if you're still here. I'm going to give you a second to respond. Biden, copy. Let's go. Copy. Let's go. So I find this absolutely hilarious. I'm going to tell you what happened. The Democrats, and this is why I even more than ever believe that the Democrats this was an assassination attempt by political parties in America, whoever it might be. So Trump survived. Yeah, I appreciate you, Veronica Brown. I'm just assuming that there's going to be an insult pretty soon, but I appreciate you at the moment. I'm not going to put you up on the screen though, because, I don't know you. I'm pretty sure there's going to be an insult in a minute now. So I want to be clear about this. I'm pretty sure I just so you can understand what I'm saying, Veronica, I have people coming here just with new names and new accounts, and they'll be like, "Hi, you're the best guy on the page. You're the best YouTube. I love your content." And then after I speak kindly to them, they immediately just start attacking me. So I don't know you, and I'm pretty sure you're probably a great person. And so I'm not attacking you, but I don't have the room to I don't have the room. I hope you are a person that I can be polite to. I hope you are. With that being said, I'm gonna get back to what I'm talking about. So Trump survived a assassination attempt, and there is no question it's an assassination attempt. I want to know before I even say the next thing. So there is no question about it. It was an assassination attempt. So how are y'all even still effing with the people that are trying to pretend like Trump is faking? It was a fake. There was no assassination attempt. It was a no, it was a hoax. Like, how do y'all even fuck with them? The only people worse than them are the people that's saying too bad he didn't get killed. I sincerely think people just hate God. And I think a lot of people that hate God, they don't know they hate God, by the way. But I just think, sincerely, I just think a lot of people just hate God. Because that's the only explanation for some of your behaviors. You see, when a child does something that goes against the Most High, it's because of lack of information. They don't know no better. Children do stuff all the time that goes against their best interest. So now, I'm just so you can get an understanding. Now we're still doing this. We're still doing the basketball thing. Don't get this confused. But the kids that I work with right now, they might not even be in the program. But there's about 20 or 30 other kids. There's about 20 or 30 other kids that I do not work with. I've never worked with that want to be in the program. That want us to start a not just a summer thing, for the summer, but just a community based event program for them and their friends. Outside of the kids that I've ever worked with, because some of them I've never worked with. I've seen them around. I probably played with them basketball a couple of times, but I've never worked with them ever. So basically what's happened is all of the kids that I work with, not all of them, but some of the kids I work with now, if they get on my team, they lose the game on purpose. They do everything I ask them not to do. But if they go play on somebody else's team, they do all of the things that I've asked them to do. It is mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling. And you hear them talking to one another, basically saying, yeah, I'm going to miss the shot. At least I think this is what I'm saying. I think this is, yeah, I'm going to throw the ball away. I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? Like they're talking about it amongst themselves. I want to explain something. When I play basketball out here, especially when I'm playing with the kids, I don't care about winning or losing. I'm not out there to win the game. I'm not out there to lose the game. I'm literally just playing because I'm playing. That's it. That's it. That's all. If I want to win the game, yes, I can go out there and exhaust myself and just play hard and win. But then what is that doing to the kid? Now I'm taking every shot. Now the kids don't get no shots. I'm taking every shot. The kids don't learn how to cut. The kids don't learn how to do this. The kids don't, because I'm taking every offensive possession. But they're children, so they don't think like that. That's not even something that they could comprehend. He's out here playing with us because he want to help us to get better. Winning or losing this game isn't that important to him, even though he says it all the time. We don't believe him. When I want to play a real game of basketball, I go to Kaiser Park. When I just want to go shoot, I go to Arwa Park. Some days when I just want to shoot and I go to Arwa Park, some people come out there that's worth playing with. Not all of the time, but sometimes. But other than that, if you see me show up at our park, I'm just there to just shoot around. I don't care about winning. I don't really care about losing. I've lived a lot of years. There's been entire years that I've played and not lost a basketball game. Entire years. Just win every time I play. Shout out to Hook Deuce. That's my cousin. He could confirm that. I don't think me and him ever lost a game in New York City. Ever. Not while we was on the same team. We played together for almost 2 years in New York City on a regular, maybe 15 days out of the month, maybe 20 days out of the month. Never lost. We ran that pick and roll to death. Shout out to Malali's Park. That's my cousin. They think he's my brother, though. Every time I show up, they be like, yo, where your brother at? I'm like, huh? I'm like, oh, nah. He's good. He in Florida right now. Anyway, what up, Kyra? So I say all that to say this. Sometimes people don't know what's in their best interest. But as an adult, there's certain behavior that we're supposed to be able to recognize. Joe Biden is now allegedly has c-19. I don't think they come out with information like that if Trump isn't almost shot. Y'all know who Joy Reid is? She's this bananas lady. She's bananas. Hold on. Let me show you who she is. She's fucking bananas. She's bananas. I just don't trust the Democrats at all. Not even a little bit. Like, not even a little bit. I don't trust them at all. Like, not at all. Joy Reid, I'm going to show you who she is real quick. This is her. Now, there's a couple of things that I want to say, and I'm going to say this. I want to hold on. Let me get this picture a little bit bigger for y'all. And I'm about to say something, and it 100% reflects back into the Bible, just so we can be clear. I'm about to say something that 100% reflects back into the Bible. Sheesh. That's a terrible. That shit is too small. Hold on. Let's get it larger. So, why is all of her? Why is she gonna give me something that's not even gonna be a damn JPEG? It's gonna be something else. Some shit. Part of my language. It's gonna be like, let me see. She said something. Okay, so this is perfect. Let me show you this real quick. This is perfect. And it's a web page, just like I said. Hold on. That was perfect though. I want to get one specifically with her with short hair because I want to make a point to y'all real quick. And so you can understand what I believe is a situation that's currently going on in America. Wait, I might be able to drag that into this though, right? I might still be able to drag that into this. A problem that I believe is going on in America. Not for nothing. There you go, Joy Reid. She is. Some of these people just absolutely bananas. Isn't what a HIPAA violation? Oh, you just read what she said? Is what specifically, what do you say asking, is it a HIPAA violation? Specifically, what are you saying is a HIPAA violation? Specifically, just so we can be clear. I want to make sure that I respond appropriately. Hold on, Trey Reed. So there's a couple of things that I want to say. The first one is this, and it has to do with the Bible. This is not a knock on all of our women, because God has. No, if he says he's the president of the United States, like that's something that we would want to know about. I don't think he said don't release the information. I think that's something that he wanted released. That's my point I'm trying to make. I think that he wanted people to know that, or to think, if he doesn't, that he has C-19. So if somebody gave information out that you wanted to have out, that you did, then no, how was that a violation? Like if I don't know, caught a cold or some shit. What up, first class? No, not your bad. I think that was a good question. Maybe talking about your bad. Why do y'all do that? I think that was a good question. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. I have no idea why you keep saying my bad. In any regard, you didn't do anything wrong. I have zero idea why you're saying I'm my bad. I have zero idea. Just so you can be clear. I don't know why you're saying that. You didn't do anything wrong. You asked the question, right? So is the question. You're not one of these weirdos coming in here asking loaded questions. You asked the reasonable question. No, I know it's a New York slang thing, but remember, a lot of people don't know that. So they hear you say my bad and they think I'm attacking you. You understand? And then other people pretend like I'm attacking you. And I'm not doing I'm not doing anything of the kind. In any regard, I want to say this. So the Bible says that one of the things that God does when a woman is being disobedient is she takes her hair. And what's one of the main things our women do nowadays? Wear wigs. So this is not a knock on black women or whoever's wearing wigs or whatever. This is not me attacking you. What I'm saying is that us as a society, we have to kind of change the way that we are living. We kind of have to change the way that we treat each other. We kind of have to change that energy output that we're doing. You know, we're putting out so much negative energy and so much stress and cortisol into our bloodstreams that things like your hair stops growing. So I say all that to say this. This woman, in my opinion, is just despicable. This woman calls for the death, along with a ton of other people. She's not the only one. Calls for the death of Donald Trump, while every single person and their mother can see Joe Biden walking around looking confused, walking around looking like he don't know where to go next, walking around with all of these different whatever the hell's going on with him. And they applaud him like he's the greatest president ever until it was made obvious that they couldn't do that any further. Once it was made obvious that they can't run around saying, no, Joe Biden, he's as strong as he's ever been. That debate made it so that they couldn't do that no more. I did hear about the new debates that's coming, right? J.D. Vance and Kamala Harris is supposed to be having 3 debates now. I 100% believe that those debates is trying to set her up to see if she can be the actual president. That's why I think she's going to be debating J.D. Vance. I heard somebody on social media going at Donald Trump. They was like, see, you black people, he didn't even choose no person of color to be his running mate. He didn't choose a person. So why does he have to? I need an explanation why Donald Trump is obligated to choose a person of color to be his vice president. I need an explanation. Why is he obligated to do that? After seeing what Kamala Harris did as the vice president, I'm not interested in us being in that position anymore, to be honest with you. After seeing that Kamala Harris can't do anything but talk in circles, I don't know if I want to have that type of representation right now until we find the right person to represent us. Y'all just be wanting representation and y'all don't care how bad the representation is. I'm a person that does. It matters to me if the representation is bad. I think that we need to have more integrity in the world. I think in this world that we live in, where people just lie, and so many individuals just believe the lie, that you can just lie on anybody about anything. Why are we finding out that almost every single thing that they said Trump lied about was true? So y'all Democrats ain't mad? Y'all not pissed that the Republicans had y'all running around telling lies on anybody, making y'all go further away from God? Y'all not pissed? Every time somebody lies to me and then tries to get me to promote that lie, I become pissed. You're trying to get me to move further away from God. Every time I see somebody lying for fun, you know what I think about? I think about Loki. They changed him in the movies and in the television shows. But in the comic books, Loki was the god of mischief, literally the god of evil. That's what he was. The god of evil. Being an adult and being mischievous is basically being evil. Children could be mischievous. They don't know any better. They're children. A whole grown adult being mischievous? That's bananas. A whole grown adult making up lies because they think it's funny. I think God put the internet here for a couple of different reasons, but one of the main reasons I think the internet exists is so people could get fast tracked to hell. I think that's the main reason why the internet exists. One of the main reasons. That's why God allowed for this to be a thing. That's how you know the end of days is coming. Because the only thing that Satan had that allowed for him to keep doing his ways before was how slow information moved. No, information moved slower before the internet. So Satan could lie on it over here, then he could go tell a whole different lie over here, and he doesn't have to worry about the lies coinciding with one another. He's telling a lie over there. Well, you gonna find out. Those people know about the lie. Then you're gonna go tell a lie over here, and he doesn't have to worry about those lies coinciding with one another. But now when the internet exists, if they tell that lie over here, now it could coincide. They can't go tell another. You'll be able to research it and find out. If the internet never came about, the Democrats would have had us in the freaking stranglehold for the next 100 years. I'm the first to say what? The Democrats would have had us in the stranglehold for the next 100 years. The internet tripped up the Democrats. Why do you think they want to control all of social media? Why do you think why do you think all year long they've been having meetings with Congress for like the last 2 years, actually? For like the last, I think since Trump was president. I think it first started when Trump became president. That they've been having meetings at Congress about, you know, the misinformation that was being put out over things like Twitter. How the government was contacting Twitter and having them take off facts. How about that part? How about all of the doctors that was telling people not to go get the shot and they got kicked off of Twitter? People forget that that was a thing. Tons of doctors, tons of people in the medical tons of medical practitioners was trying to explain nobody should get this jab. They were getting kicked off of social. They was getting kicked off of Twitter. It's good to laugh, but God says that when you laugh at somebody and you laughing at them, and that laughing at them hurts their feelings, or that laughing out there insults them, you're supposed to immediately apologize and not do it again. Just take that into consideration when you're out there making friends in the world. Take that into consideration when you're out there choosing who you're going to be cool with and choosing who you're not going to be cool with. Take that into consideration. Because I promise you, it's a lot of this shit that y'all think is going on is not going on. I promise you. A lot of this stuff y'all think is going on is not going on. I promise you. I absolutely promise you. I'm almost 50 years old. Look how I look. I'm saying that for a reason. Somebody just sent me a thing on the internet. I'm almost 50 years old. Look how I look. I get complimented for looking young every day. I get complimented for being physically fit every single day. Somebody just sent me a thing. Please don't send me that type of shit. I get complimented every single day for being physically fit, for looking way younger than my age. Every single day. Some people are just liars, and they don't know how to do anything else but to be around liars. I don't get along with people who don't love God. And I haven't met a person who loved God that I don't get along with. I'm going to say that again. I don't get along with people who don't love God. And I have yet to meet a person who loved God that I don't get along with. I have yet. Please don't send me that stupid shit. I don't care nothing about that. Stop sending me that stupid shit. Niggas is over there trying to figure out how to stop what we're doing over here. Please don't send me that shit. Please don't send me that shit. Anyway, in any regard. So I don't think Joe Biden has C-19. Also, how are they gonna say Joe Biden has C-19 and then they didn't even have him in a mask or nothing? Aren't these the main dudes that keep talking about people need to wear masks? Aren't these the same people that keep talking about everybody need to wear masks? Aren't these the same people? So why Joe Biden don't got no mask on? Why are we watching Joe Biden getting on and off that plane, doing whatever Joe Biden is doing? Why are we watching him getting on and off that plane? Why are we watching Joe Biden getting on and off that plane, right? He ain't got no mask on. But they trying to tell all of y'all that y'all need to wear a mask at all times. They trying to tell all of y'all that the way that you stop C-19 is with a mask this, a mask that, a mask this, a mask that. Joe Biden don't got on a mask. People around him don't got on a mask. No one has on a damn mask. Can I get an explanation? I just want an explanation. Reason number one. One second, sorry about that. So these dudes tell y'all to wear a mask. These dudes make such a big deal about you wearing a mask. But they don't wear masks. Why they busy telling you they have the affliction? Explain that to me. Definitely agree we're living in the last days. I also believe history was altered. I don't know you, Jason. Keep commenting. I try not to put everybody up on the screen because of you don't never know, right? So I have other things that I got to deal with, so I don't put everybody up on the screen. But the more you come to the page, and the more I see you give good content or good comments, then you know. Yes, we are living in the last days. This is a very wicked system. This is absolutely a very wicked system. I didn't say it's history was altered, Jack. Somebody, I mean, Nate, somebody else did. You asked them. Don't ask me. Ask Jason. Why you asking me? Ask Jason. Copy? You ask me another question, and I think you're trying to start an argument with me. I'm just gonna kick you, man. I'm not here to argue with nobody. You can do what you want to do, though. And I'm not trying to be argumentative with you. I don't want to argue. Somebody else said something. I think you should ask them that question. And you should ask Jason about why he's saying that. Don't ask me. The book of Revelations jumping off pages is crazy. That's a fact. No, Nate has come in here and he's donated and he's been a pretty cool dude and everything. But I have to be careful because I'm not normal YouTube content creator. I'm somebody that literally has people that they just sit around all day trying to figure out how they're gonna attack me. Like that's literally what I have. I'm not a normal new YouTube creator. I got people that literally just sit around all day talking amongst themselves on how they're gonna try to attack me. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not coming at you, Nate, and believe me, you all appreciate it. But I think that's a better question for Jason since he brought the topic up. That's not something that I want to talk about. You understand? Like Jason brought the topic up. I think that's a better person for you to discuss the topic with. Jason, are you still in here? Could you help him out? Nate's question is, what do you mean, Jack, about history being altered? So I'm leaving that answer for Jason. I would assume that Jason. Okay, I think Veronica just fucking with me. Anyway, so I think Jason would be a better person to answer that question. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That's all. He's the one that brought the topic up. I didn't. Oh, you just heard me read it. Nah, you good, Nate. I'm not here to argue with you. Let's just go to the next topic. But if Jason is here, I hope he, cares to elaborate, but I believe history has been altered. I'll give an example of history being altered in a more recent situation. You know, I don't want to talk about something that happened in 1560. I don't have no notes in front of me. I don't have no notes in front of me, so I don't really want to talk about something that happened in 1560. But I will say this. Y'all know what so allegedly a lot of cities, a lot of towns, I'm going to say towns in America, they was you know, a lot of these towns that we now have are built on top of ancient towns that already was here. You understand what I'm saying? So the colonizers came and America was already populated with people. It wasn't unpopulated like they try to lead us to believe. It was already people here. You understand what I'm saying? So where did all of those people go? Where do all of those towns go? Where do all of those buildings go? Why do they have buildings that are, why do they have, I know what I'm trying to say, but I'm trying to avoid saying certain things because I'm not trying to get into a certain conversation. But let's just say the 1940s isn't what you thought the 1940s was. The 1860s isn't what you think the 1860s was. The world looked different. I'm going to tell you a belief system that I have that could hopefully, you know, I'm trying to avoid saying certain things. So, you know how they say the American Indians were ran off of their land? Well, I don't think they were fighting Indians. I think they were fighting us. I don't think they were fighting Indians. I think they were fighting us. I think basically every time you see, and we weren't looking like Indians either. We wasn't out here being savages. At least that's the way they try to portray Indians in our American history, as like they were savages of some sort. We weren't savages. Neither were the American histories, right? So copy. Hey, Kelly, DM me right now. So I don't think that, you know what I'm saying? So why do they got buildings, structures that are similar in almost every, you know, great nation that's ever existed? The structure or the way that the buildings were created are all so similar. You understand what I'm saying? I just don't want to get into certain conversations because I think that that's going to lend too much opportunity for people to create an argument. And I, you know, might know a little bit, but I don't know enough about something for me to be able to feel comfortable having a conversation. I would much rather talk with somebody who knows more about the subject than I do, in order for me to acquire more information on the subject, for me to then come and talk to y'all guys. So sometimes when y'all see me not want to talk about things, that's the reason. I just don't think that I have the requisite information at that time. That's all it be.
I'm gonna need some of you niggas to stop playing with me. I am not a game. Go play Tetris or something. Where's Paul? call me guns, I'm not gonna never tell it on my brother. Word is born, I'ma keep, and I put that on my mother. Fresh from the streets, and I rep it like no other. Say more to the heat, y'all can go and kiss each other. Niggas think that they crazy, what's a knife to a gun? If I can't get the pops, I'ma go get his son. Oh, I heard he got a daughter, tell that little bitch run. She get blinded by the bullets, cause it's blazing like the sun. You click versus me, that's the one-on-one. Shoot them niggas with a stick and a broom, get it done. Chopper loose, extra boost, I'm the man with the juice. When the boogeyman around, niggas pray to Jesus. You should call him Lucifer, that's a fallen angel. Make a star, see stars, that's a star bangle. R.I.P. t-shirts. Now
All right, needed to do something real quick. I'll put Nate up. Nate says, Jack, have you seen those pyramids in the Amazon? There's pyramids everywhere on the planet. Like they've even found pyramids, I believe they even found pyramids in Antarctica. There's pyramids everywhere on the planet. Everywhere. I like the fact that I swipe. It just makes typing so much easier sometimes. It makes typing so much easier sometimes because I swipe like that on the keyboard on the phone. It just makes that shit so much easier. Oh, okay. I have been, I'm going to say something real quick. So before swiping was on all phones, it was on Androids a dumb long time ago. There was a phone. I forgot the name of the phone, but it was one of those phones. It wasn't, it wasn't, it wasn't a sidekick, but it was like a phone that was like this, right? And it had the regular screen right here, and you could put the keyboard on the screen right here, like at the bottom. But also you could flip it up like this, and you push this shit up like that, and it had a keyboard right there. Anyway, that's when I first. That's when I first started swiping. So it wasn't on all the phones or nothing like that, but I first started swiping then, and nobody didn't have to swipe. You literally had to go like find the shit to turn it on. You know what I'm saying? No, it wasn't a BlackBerry. I forgot what it was. I think it was called the One. I think it was a phone, and the phone was called like the One. I think that's what it was. It was like a Google One or some shit. Hold on. Did the Google One? Is that a phone? Yeah, this is it right here. No, is that it? Google Nexus 1. I think that was it. I don't know. No, if I ever see it, I'm going to show it to y'all. Appreciate you. Copy. Appreciate you. I'm texting with somebody right now. Shout out to Chirac. And bring some of them rappers on the show. You bring some of the rappers on the show, I might fly out there and do a show. If anybody is enjoying the show, you could always pull up to the Cash App, PayPal, or Super Chat. If you are appreciating the show. People be like, yo, even if you like Jack's show, still don't donate. Niggas just be hating, fam. Niggas be telling y'all not to support shit y'all like. That's the shit that kill me. And then people be falling right in line with it. Like, yeah, I like the thing, but I'm not going to support it. And then as soon as something goes away, they be like, yo, why did it go away for? As soon as you don't do something somebody want, they be like, yo, why didn't they do the... What the fuck are you talking about? Copy. All right. What else y'all want to discuss? Y'all didn't come here for this pyramids thing, but there's pyramids all over the world. And I wasn't even talking about the pyramids, by the way, but good point. There's pyramids all over the world. They've even found pyramids on Antarctica. Also, I want to talk about the free energy thing. I don't think a lot of people know that there's like a free energy thing that happened going on. And allegedly, there's buildings that were able to conduct energy and then send energy out to all the other buildings. So niggas didn't have to pay for electricity. Niggas didn't have to pay for any of this stuff that we pay for. Think about it. Every time somebody figures out how to make a car that runs on water, why they all of a sudden die? Every time somebody figures out how they can get around, you know, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't want to go too far into that subject because that's way off of what we're talking about. I don't really want to go too far into that. Hold on, let's see what these brothers got going on. Shout out to Leak, Moss. Shout out to Gunner. They doing a show right now. How many people in there with them? 18. Hold on.
You see, he said, because I give him crack for CDs, crack for TVs, crack for home appliances, and even car keys. Jack Burrows. Y'all forgetting, dog.
No, for sure. Jack Burrows, yeah, he did talk that. I remember fucking Jack Burrows had a mixtape that was Jack
Burrows had a real friend, dog.
Yeah.
But we no more West Philly guys.
Yeah, that's definitely still West.
We get Philly right now.
Used to be on the radio, like you would be sitting in the cell, you just come on out of nowhere, like, bro, get up there.
And another West Philly nigga that was putting in work back in the day was what was his name? Not the young boy Santos, nigga that used to be with Kobe.
No, West got some.
Nigga that used to be with Kobe. Used to be on all of them back in the day DVDs. Now where's the boy Corey from? Right around the corner.
Yeah, we up town, boy. Young up to 9.
Santana. Corey, my guy.
Yo, that's not Jack Frost, bro.
I like Corey. We just had a debate about this yesterday. People said he like,
yo, somebody moving fast, man. What's good? How many emails y'all got? First of all, they just create a gram with every page they want to control. Next, a Shelliano page gonna come here.
Jack Frost and a different Jack Frost.
Oh, you a different Jack? Oh, I'm about to say you funny as shit for that one. Jack Frost.
No, Jack Frost talk that shit.
Ah, he know me.
Yeah. Why that hat looks so big, Jack Frost? Is it me?
When I said that, that's why I said I know that ain't Jack. When I saw one thing I saw, no, that ain't.
I knew, oh no, that ain't Jack Frost.
Hold on before we go.
That was the cleanest paragraph I seen you write on Instagram by far. Oh yeah, and no misspelling. No,
I think West got the game though. Well,
thank you. Hey, you got pasted the shit out of that though, bro.
I got it. I think West got it.
I was talking about something on the Bible. You heard him? I was talking about the Bible. My shit was so tight. The nigga copy and pasted my shit.
Will Smith, West and Ralphie, like West 5'9" Ralphie. That's how big the age.
Hey, Moss. I heard this going from Moss for Will Smith.
I'm like,
when I mean he was rapping, I said, yo.
So you think the Charger? The Charger.
Hold on.
Two generations. There wasn't nobody West. Will Smith. West and Ralphie.
Now listen, because this is where you get it mixed up. I don't know the age gap in the North Town, but I do know that it's because y'all got way more chances. North is way better.
No, the button I just showed you, right?
We out. Some Philly rappers and shit like that. So I know 2 of the dudes, kinda, because those is Mike Jones's people. So first they thought I was another nigga, and then when I was like, nah, I'm the YouTube guy, then they was like, oh, that's the nigga that be talking that shit. They was like, yo, that's the dude that was talking about the Bible. I told you I talk about the Bible everywhere. That's the dude that was talking about the Bible. And then somebody else copy and pasted what I said. They said what I wrote was clean. They had no misspelled words, no nothing. Keep trying to tell you, I be preaching the Bible everywhere I go, fam. I'm not capping. This shit is real talk. Everywhere I go. Trying to tell y'all, if you hate me, you just don't like God. It's bald-head chick, fam. These people don't live in reality, fam. And y'all love them niggas that don't live in reality. So much so that the people that do live in reality, y'all hate them. Like, y'all love these dudes that don't, these people that don't live in reality. She don't live in reality, fam. Just so y'all can understand this, I saw this also. They thought they had him, fam. They thought they had him. Look, only because he turned his head. They thought they had him. Only because he turned his head and leaned up. That's it. If he doesn't, one, turn his head, and two, also lean up, he gets hit. Right in the brain. I don't know what to call that. I gotta assume that God protected him in that moment. I don't know what else to tell you. I keep trying to explain. Those individuals that's being attacked like crazy, especially in this climate that we live in, most of those people is working for God, fam. Myself included. People that's doing evil, nobody is going after them. That's why it's so easy for them to do evil. Nobody going after them. People are dead set on destroying everything that has to deal with the love of God. Sometimes they don't know, sometimes they know. But I promise you, they're after your kids. That's their number one priority. Their number one priority is your kids. Shout out to Louisiana, Texas. Oh man, I forgot the other state. So I think Tennessee. I can't remember what state altogether. I know Louisiana was one of them. So now they're bringing the Bible, God, back to the schools. I want all 50 states to bring the Bible back to the schools. I want every child, all 50 states, to have to learn the Bible. But I want it also done in a way that is respectful for other religions, actual religions. But I want the Bible in every school. Even if we're not just using the Bible, but it's just a class on theology. And not questioning theology. Because I don't want that. We're not out here to question God. I want to say something real quick. I would have forgot this. So the WNBA has secured a $2.2 million TV rights deal, bringing in $200 million annually and over the next 11 years, up from $60 million. The rookies Angel Clark and Clayton Clark, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are really growing the game. I'm gonna say this. Shout out to Angel Reese, right? Shout out to Angel Reese. This is zero disrespect to her. But this is done because of Caitlin Clark, not because of Angel Reese. Caitlin Clark she's going away games, and those away games are selling out. You see, the problem with the WNBA has always been their inability to sell tickets. That's always what the issue has been. Because if there's an inability to sell tickets, then that means that you can't get money from the television stations. Because if nobody's going to go to the game, who the fuck is going to watch it on TV? So they can't get a good deal from like ESPN. They can't get a good deal from like TBS. They can't get a good deal for like TNT, not TBS, CNT. They can't get a good deal from ABC. They just can't. Nobody goes to the games. Why would somebody watch it on television? Why would we pay all of that money to put something on television that nobody even go to the games for? Caitlin Clark is selling out arenas when she is the visitor. Think about that for a moment. I mean, there's been players in the NBA that did that. Every football game is sold out basically for the most part. If a football game doesn't sell out, then, that's news. NBA games sell out all the time with a visiting player. You understand what I'm saying? All the time. Mike come back in the day is going to sell out. Kobe come is going to sell out. LeBron come is going to sell out. There was a point where if T-Mac shows up, it's going to sell out. There was a point where Grant Hill shows up, it's going to sell out. You understand? They sell out all the time. Kyra Knowles says, the blood never loses its power. There's power in prayer. That's a fact. Nate says, when I was at school in Sydney, we had a religion class and everyone went to their faith with what their faith is. Now, if you're not a private religious school, there isn't any. I think one of the biggest issues we have is that we live in a godless society. I remember me personally just not doing things because, it went against what God wanted. A lot of shit in my life. Now, there's things that I did anyway. Yeah, we're not going to act like that's not a thing. But there's a lot of points in my life where my life could have been completely turned into something else. But since I refused to go against a belief that I had, that what the Most High wants for us and from us, I didn't. We live in a godless society now. And I think that's because of the Democrats. Period. I think the Democrats has caused for us to live in this godless society. And I think that that's what they want. Because, I keep hearing people say the way that people control you, is with the Bible. But I'm going to disagree with you. I think it's much easier to control somebody when they're in a chaotic state of mind. I think it's much easier to control people who are fueled on hate. I think it's much easier to control somebody in those moments of their life where they're desperate, where they're in trouble, where they're fueled with hate. I think it's harder to control somebody when they got God's love in them. I think it's just harder because there's just certain things that they're just not going to do. Period. Interesting. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Damn, it's going on noon. I didn't even mean to be on the live this long. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. Religion teaches respect. I'm going to say this much. When I come across somebody who has no religious foundation at all, I understand that they might, not be a bad individual, but I still think people just need structure. I think structure is important. I remember being a child, going to church, not really understanding much about the Lord or anything like that, or understanding what they're teaching in church or anything like that. Just being able to, the base level information, me being able to comprehend at best, right? But then I also remember me knowing that since I go to church, it wasn't a everyday thing. It wasn't a every, often thing. Every once in a while through the holidays, my father, I remember going to church a couple of times, like over the holidays and stuff like that. Special events, maybe like an Easter or some shit. And this was when I was really, really young. So this is like before first grade, just so we could be clear. This is like when I was really, really young. This is before first grade. This is before I even ever started going to school. And then I remember, being places. And because I go to church having a certain esteem about myself. Even being a child. We're supposed to look to God for our confidence. A lot of times people look to other things, but we're supposed to be looking to God for our confidence. So I think, yes, religion, I will say, teaches respect, but I think the most important thing that I got out of religion, other than just having a better understanding of who the Most High is and who his son is, the inward confidence, not the inward, the inward confidence that I acquired, and ironically, that's one of the reasons why so many people hate me today, because they see me, have blind faith in things and just be confident in things, and they take that as I'm arrogant, when I'm like the furthest thing from arrogant. Like literally. But that's also why a lot of types people are drawn to me, especially, people in general, for good reasons, good people, bad people, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it was that confidence that I acquired from being in church. It was that confidence that I acquired, me not even understanding what a relationship with God was at that point either, No, then I get older and I understand what a relationship with God is. And then I look back over my life and realize I've always had a relationship with God. Even when I didn't know I did. I used to live alone when I was 8 years old. I mean, it did a lot of negative things, good things, bad things, or whatever. Like one of the things it makes me that I don't really feel a need for human company. I don't feel a need to be around people. I don't feel a need to, I don't get lonely. I don't know how to explain that, because apparently lonely is a thing that people get. I don't get lonely. Ever. I never get lonely. When I was a child, I did all the time. But as an adult, I don't get lonely. That's just not a thing I have. I prefer being alone, maybe with another person, one other person, maybe two, I don't know. But I don't get lonely. I'm just different. And that's a whole different strength now that I'm finding out that people get lonely. I don't remember what that emotion, what that feeling feels like, really. I mean, I kind of do, but I really don't. But I do know what it is, and I do know that there's people that struggle with it. I don't get lonely. Like, you'll never find me somewhere by myself and I'm like, man, I don't want to be. No. See, when other people are around, conflict ensues. Right? So I don't really care for conflict. I don't really care to argue with you. I don't really care to go back and forth with you. I don't really care for none of that. If I'm alone, I don't have to worry about any of that. That's never a concern. I'm never going to be alone and be arguing. I'm never going to be alone and have somebody trying to start an argument with me. I'm never going to be alone and then just have somebody just mad at me and I don't even know why they're upset and I don't even know why they're angry. It's never going to happen. But I will be alone and have peace. I will be alone and, you know, have peace. I don't know of a better way to put it. People be thinking, like, when they start arguing at me a lot of times and they want me to argue back with them, I don't want to engage. I just rather just never speak to you again. I'm just being honest. A lot of times people be arguing with me over nothing. I'll be sitting there thinking, this is the last conversation we gonna have, and this person don't even know it. No, just so we could be clear, um, depressed people also prefer to be alone. And since I myself uh kind of could be extremely extroverted. I'm an introverted individual. Do not get this confused. But I can be extremely extroverted if I'm with people that I like. If I'm with people I feel comfortable around. I'm not even gonna say like. If I feel comfortable, because there's people I like, I don't necessarily feel like really comfortable around. And it has sometimes has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with me. But that is also a sign of depression. People doing that. But you know, that's how I was raised. I lived alone between the ages of 8 and 12, basically. You know, I had relatives show up every now and then, and you know, I'm gonna call it hang out. You know, they come live where I'm living at for like a couple of weeks. I had one summer where my cousins came and moved in for like the whole summer, and then when school started out, they left again. You know what I'm saying? My pops will come show up every 5-6 months for like a little while, or he'll like tip in the house, you know, every once in a while when I'm at school or something. You know what I'm saying? I know he came in because I come in and we'll probably have like, he probably bought some milk and put it in the refrigerator or something. So that's how come I know he was there. You understand? But generally speaking, like, no, I lived alone between the ages of 8 and 12. So I don't get lonely. When I go to the park, most of the time, I just want to be by myself. I don't go to the park to be with other people for the most part. I go there to be by myself. I'm go to the park, I'm gonna shoot around. That's why the people that hate me try to get people to come here and argue with me, because they know I'm never going to talk to those people again. Because I don't want to argue. So that's why they be like, you don't agree with everything Jack say. And then they trick those people that probably do like me, probably do respect me, probably do love me. They trick those people into coming and starting an unnecessary argument with me because they know I'm not going to deal with them no more. Have y'all been noticing a lot of the laws and everything? They've been reverting back to shit that makes sense. And they've been changing a lot of laws and a lot of the regulations that was put in place to put men in women's spaces. They've been taking all that shit away. Anybody else notices that? Nah, you good, Nate. Don't worry about it. Appreciate you. You didn't try to turn it into an argument. Yeah, you didn't try to turn it into an argument. You just said a thing and then we moved on. Nah, you good. So Joe Biden's had 100 booster shots or some shit? Allegedly. He did not have no 100 fucking booster shots. Then booster shots. We might have a guest on tonight also, by the way. But Joe, like, have you been noticing they've been changing a lot of the rules and regulations? That was one way, they switching them shits back. That's a win. That's a whole win. Said that's why Biden is sleepy. Nah, Biden is sleepy because he spent so much time on that damn cocaine that now that he I'm just saying stuff, don't mind me. And I don't know if he's been using cocaine. All I know is that Trump called that nigga Sleepy Joe, and that's been his name ever since. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Trump called that nigga Sleepy Joe. That's been his name ever since. That nigga Trump immediately pulled up and started talking crazy to everybody, and that's been the name ever since. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I don't know. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. Gave that nigga the name Sleepy Joe, boy. That's it. That's it. It was over. You know, it costs 3 cents to make a penny. So every penny, the government's losing 2 cents on. I wonder how much money they losing on them now. I don't think they make pennies anymore though. I know I was shocked. Shit just can't be 99 cents no more. That's all. Interesting. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Yes or no? Anything else y'all want to talk about? Yes or no? I'm gonna stay in the show a little bit longer. And we dropped some videos yesterday. Go check them out. I'm gonna drop some videos today. Let's talk about this Church's Chicken situation real quick. For everybody that don't know, there's a lady, Church's Chicken situation. I'm gonna go to a commercial break real quick, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about Church's Chicken.
I'ma need some of you niggas to stop playing with me. I am not a king. Go play Tetris or something. Word is born. Call me guns, I'm not gonna never tell it on my brother. Word is born, I'ma keep and I put that on my mother. Fresh from the streets and I rep it like no other. Say more to the heat, y'all can go and kiss each other. Niggas think that they crazy, what's a knife to a gun? If I can't get the pops, I'ma go get his son. Oh, I heard he got a daughter, tell that little bitch run. She get blinded by the bullets cause it's blazing like the sun. You your click versus me, that's the one-on-one. Shoot them niggas with a stick and a broom, get it done. Chopper loose, extra boost, I'm the man with the juice. When the boogeyman around, niggas pray to Jesus. You should call him Lucifer, that's a fallen angel. Make a star see stars, that's a star bangle. R.I.P. t-shirts, now you
All right. There was a situation that happened in the Church's Chicken. I probably should have talked about this earlier because this has had this kind of story narrative has more to do with the Slim 400 situation that we talked about in the beginning of the show. So I want to say something real quick. The first thing is this. We got to stop just being ignorant. Just us as black people. Like, pardon me. We have to change this state of mind that everything has to be a confrontation. So basically what happens is a lady goes through a drive-through. She gets into an argument with one of the people from Church's Chicken. One thing leads to another. Then she ends up shooting the lady. She's on camera shooting the lady. I just want to be clear about this. She's on camera shooting the lady. They know it's her. She pulled into the parking lot. Why in the hell would you drive into a place, an establishment of any kind, a business establishment of any kind, get into an argument with someone, and then pull out a gun and shoot them? So we as a culture got an issue. And it's a pretty big issue. Because us as black people believe that if we want to fight, the other person has to fight us. I think that's bananas. I think that's absolutely bananas. When I was young, I was a totally different type of person. Just want to be clear. I still have the morals. I still have what I have that makes me who I am. Don't get that confused. But I subscribe to the notion of when you come and argue, that means you want to fight. So that's always what I thought. So I thought every time somebody came and argued with me over nothing, like if you had a point, then no, I don't think that. But if you come up to me and you arguing with me over nothing, you don't really want to argue with me. You want to fight me. This argument is just the preamble. So sooner or later, we're going to fight. So I used to always be like, fuck it. Let's just do it now. As I got older and started having a better understanding that that person you talking to might be slow. As I got older and got into a better understanding of that person that I'm talking to might have a mental health disorder. That changed my perspective. You know, a lot of people, they argue the more they're wrong. The more they're wrong, the more they want to attack you. The more they're wrong, the more they got to say about you. Because either they have to admit they don't know what they're talking about, they got to admit that they're wrong, they got to admit that you're right, or they can keep yelling like a fucking animal and try to create a situation. So as I got older and I realized some of these people just, not only that they not all there, but you know, they don't have any mission in life. They don't got nothing they're trying to do in life. God gave them a mission, but they don't listen to God, so they don't know what their mission is. God gave them a purpose, but they don't listen to God, so they don't know what their purpose is. A lot of these people pretend like they do, but they don't. So the lady pulls up into the freaking churches, get into an argument with the worker, and then ends up killing the worker. And I'm going to say this, and I don't care what anybody thinks about this. Put that lady in jail or put that lady in an asylum. Get that woman off the street and keep her off the street. She's black, but I don't care what race she is. Just like, I'm about to tell you about another situation. So, like last year, sometime or the year before, there was a man, a black dude. He was driving a pickup truck, and he ends up getting into a minor collision. After about 30 minutes of waiting around for the police or whatever, the man ends up driving off. Some lady that was not one of the individuals that had anything to do with the accident chases the man down, driving like a madman through traffic, runs up to the dude's car after he stops or whatever the case is. I think she ran him off the road or something. Pulls out her gun and tries to do a citizen's arrest and ends up killing him. She just got life in prison. She was Caucasian. We need more of that. We need more of people doing senseless crimes that's costing other people their lives. And we got to do more of putting those people away forever. She didn't have no reason to shoot that man. It was first of all, she had nothing to do with the damn accident. Second, she was on the phone with the police, telling the police she following him. The police said, stop following him. He kept following. She kept following. Then the police said, don't engage. She wouldn't engage. And then the guy ends up dead. She 100% needs to spend, she was only like 20 something when this happened. She 100% needs to spend the rest of her life in prison. I'm happy that that's what it's going to be. We need more of that. Stop sending these niggas back to the hood that done did 15 and 20 years and killed somebody for no good reason. I'm not talking about the people. I'm not even talking about when drug dealers kill drug dealers right now. Y'all do know this, right? I'm not even talking about when somebody that's in the game kills another person that's in the game. I'm not even talking about that. I'm not talking about two drug dealers on the street having a shootout and one kill the other. I'm not talking about two gang members is somewhere and they get into it and one kill the other. I'm not talking about that. I'm not trying to say that those people shouldn't be also, you know, held accountable, but that's not what I'm talking about. I want to be clear on that. I'm talking about when a regular citizen who's not out here involved in all of the chicanery gets murdered for no reason. by whoever the hell the other person is, a regular citizen or not, gang member or not. You just killed a normal, regular citizen for no reason. I don't care if you say you slept with my woman. That's not a reason. He owed me $100. That's not a reason. He cursed at a family member. That's not a reason. Stop sending them niggas back to the hood. Send them to an asylum or to prison. You can't have a conversation like adults anymore because people who are slow are always going to think the people who are smarter is trying to get over on them or insulting them. So the best thing you can do once you recognize that an individual might be slow, or once you recognize that an individual might have a bad mental health disorder, the best thing you could do is say as few words as possible, because every single thing that you do to them is going to be fuel for them to do or say something retarded. Remember, they're slow. You understand? They're slow. Why do you think they want our schools to be so terrible? The worse our schools are, the more slow niggas come out of the schools. Spiritual wickedness, that's a fact. The worse our schools are, the more they could centralize ignorance in our community. They be having, I'm going to say something just so we can be clear. I am not a drug addict. Never have been. Not my thing. Have I smoked weed? Yes. Have I drank alcohol? Yes. Never did hard drugs. But for some strange reason, they have, some weirdos have told the dope fiends and everything where I live that I guess they told them I was a dope fiend or some stupid shit. So not all of them, a lot of the people who got, a lot of the people who have drug problems for whatever the reason is, feel like I have an obligation to hang out with them. I shit you not. We got zero in common. But they treat me like I have an obligation to hang out with them. Now, I'm not saying any of this to be disrespectful, and we're not doing that. I'm not disrespecting people that obviously they struggling with their addiction. But I have nothing in common with you. You spend most of your day, I have nothing in common. I have no interest in hanging out with people who are hard drug users. I have no interest. I'm not trying to speak negatively about you guys. I'm saying this as politely and nicely as I can. But they've convinced these individuals that live around where I live that, like, I have an obligation. And it's bananas. I get followed around. I get followed around by dope fiends and shit like that all the time, even when I'm not on live. All the time. They're always trying to strike up conversations with me like I know them. Now, I'll say hi and bye and keep it pushing. Because I say hi and bye to everybody. That's just being polite. But some of these individuals, I can't even say hi and bye to no more. Because the simple act of me speaking to them makes them want to try to make it seem like I'm part of a group of people that hang out with them. Like that's my flock. Pizza Hut is bringing back its beloved lunch buffet. Pizza Hut is bringing back a lunch buffet. Okay, first, are there any Pizza Huts around here? Just because I'm curious. I didn't even know Pizza Hut was still a thing. I mean, I know they still exist, but I always thought they was like the store. You know, it's in like the gas station. It's not in an actual, it's not an actual Pizza Hut. You understand? Oh, shit. Like they all Pizza Hut Expresses. Like I got a Pizza Hut Express over here. Hold on, that's 1.5 miles from me? Yeah, I walk that all the time. I did not know that it was that far. No, I gotta be wrong. Nope, that's right. That's 1.5 miles. I thought that was only like 1.1 miles. That shit is 1.5 miles. That's crazy. Shit, how many miles do I be walking in a day when I be walking over there? So I walk over there a lot. Well, I used to walk over there more. How many fucking miles do I be walking in a day? Yeah, fresh Pizza Hut is the best pizzas. When the Pizza Hut pizza is fresh, it's just top tier. I don't know what to tell you. They're not the best pizza, but like out of all of the fast food chains, when they're fresh, that the Pizza Hut is just a win. When it's fresh, it's a win. It's a whole win. So the Church's Chicken lady, she's gonna be going to jail because she decided to shoot some lady that worked at Church's Chicken because she had a mental health disorder. The shooter obviously had a mental health disorder. So that's another reason why I don't be wanting to argue with those people. Remember, these people that got mental health disorders, as soon as you get away from them, they'll find somebody else to argue with most of the time. You understand what I'm saying? They'll find somebody else to, because they got a mental health disorder. Sometimes they'll be arguing with somebody else and then call you up to argue with you. You understand what I'm saying? Because they got a mental health disorder. So that's how you just got to accept that sometimes. A lot of these dudes a lot of these people just got mental health disorders, man. And there's people that and so you can't really take what they saying. You got to just take that shit with a grain of salt, man. Keep it pushing. Them niggas is something wrong with them. They slow. You guys take it with a grain of salt, keep it pushing. That being said, I'm gonna go eat some lunch. I'm not going to get nothing. It's in the house already. I'm about to go eat some lunch. Everybody have a blessed day. Expect a couple of videos today. I dropped a couple of videos yesterday. Expect a couple of videos today. We're gonna try to get back on to doing our video stuff. And expect a live tonight. I was just speaking to somebody who's gonna be a guest earlier in the show. I was saying what I was gonna. So expect the live tonight. I don't think I'm gonna play any basketball today. I might go shoot hoops, like by myself. No, I don't got no sympathy for that woman. I might go shoot hoops. I'm not gonna say I don't have no sympathy. I just think that her actions created her situation. It was somebody else's actions did, at least as far as I know about the situation currently. I might go shoot some hoops today. I don't plan on playing any. Like I don't plan on actually playing. But I might go out there and work on my jump shot a little today. I don't plan on actually playing. So I might go out there early before, anybody is actually going to be at the park. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to have a nice lunch. If anybody want to send me some lunch money also, you could always pull up to the Cash App. It's right there on the bottom of the screen. But yeah, I'm going to go have lunch. And we're going to see about what else we're going to be doing for today. We should be having a guest on tonight. So there should be a Tonight Show. It's not going to be that long, probably about an hour and a half, maybe at the most. So we should be having a Tonight Show on tonight. And depending on how I'm feeling, I might just go live again during the day. I just was talking to somebody who's supposed to come on as a guest. I was just talking to somebody who's supposed to come on as a guest. So I believe that there will be a Tonight Show tonight. The fuck is this? A Honda Volkswagen Hellcat. What the fuck? Yeah, women be outside dressed like anything. Like, what the fuck? I don't even, like, that's crazy. I'm not going to show y'all this because it's probably going to be considered pornography by YouTube. But this chick got on a skirt that literally the top of her skirt, her whole ass is out. Like, this is crazy. I don't know. That's crazy. That's his bananas. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Joy Reid compares Biden surviving COVID to Trump's display of courage after being shot. These people are just bananas.
Rest in peace to Kevin Conroy, man. His final lines as Batman in the DC8.
That was hard. That was hard as hell. I'm not gonna show you the image, but that was hard as hell. With that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Everybody, please have a blessed day. Go out there in the world, do something worth doing. Stamp God's name on it. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. # Bronx Bowmans. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you, and that's all I got on this one.